I got my brew, mate.
Are you drinking like a green tea?
Nah, just a cup of tea, mate. Love a cup of tea.
Proper English. All right, mate. I'll give you the floor. Tell people who we are.
I'm Alex Mitchell, professional rugby player at Northampton Saints. Always find it a bit cringy saying that.
Well, it's true though, isn't it? You get paid to play ball.
Exactly, yeah. So literally just playing rugby for the last 5 years at Northampton. Used to be up at Sale Sharks, but left there at 18 to come to Northampton. Yeah, and been here ever since. So enjoyed it.
How come you left Sale? I can't actually remember you being at Sale. I forgot about that.
Nah, it was a weird one because obviously my brother was there, and he's a scrum half as well. So I kind of didn't want to be fighting for a position with him. So yeah, I had the opportunity to come down to Northampton. It's quite interesting as well. They actually wanted to sign me as a fullback, and I was like, I'm not a fullback. I'm a scrum half. And I spoke to my England 18 coach at the time. He was like, mate, you'll make it further as a scrum half than a fullback. So I was like, oh, fair enough. And Saints obviously offered me the opportunity to be a full-time scrummy. So I was like, yeah, I'll sign, and went from there. So yeah, enjoyed it.
Yeah, my guy. Would you have? Would there was no hope in hell of you playing fullback?
Huh?
Is there any hope in hell of you playing fullback? Could they have dangled like a big check in front of you and you've been like, yeah, I'll give it a go?
Not a chance, mate. I'm not quick enough. It's not quick enough. I can try, mate. I'll just try and step my way out of it. But apart from that, I can't really do much else.
Yeah. Fuck that. Like that's literally the one position I would never play. Yeah. Not a chance.
Well, you used to love prop, didn't you?
Well, it's the best position, isn't it?
Nah, it's the worst. Definitely the worst. Mangled face, mangled ears.
Yeah, you get a fucked neck. You shrink about 3 inches a game.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, 5 years, man. Like 5 years you've been playing pro ball.
Yeah. So I mean, the first couple of years, you're in the second year, you're in academy years, so you don't really play too much. And I think I got my debut in 2017. I'm being pretty lucky, really. If you play well and kick on from there. So yeah.
I mean, I've seen you on a couple of posters, mate. You're like a poster boy.
I don't have the face, mate. I don't have the face to be a poster boy. I'm more of a radio and a podcast kind of guy.
Yeah. What were those? What were those fucking GIFs?
Which ones?
You posted something on your Instagram where it was like a GIF off or like a meme off or something. Some of those were fucking class.
Yeah, it's quite cool. We get in front of a green screen and just basically do something funny or do something weird. So I just did loads of ones with pretending I was on the toilet, pretending I was in the shower. It's like a try celebration. It's quite clever, really.
And it goes on the big screen?
Goes on the big screen, yeah, in the stadium, but we've actually not had any fans or anything. So they've kind of scrapped that off at the moment, obviously due to COVID, but hopefully when we're back playing, they'll come on and be quite funny.
What's it been like playing in a stadium with fuck all people in it?
Weird, mate. So weird. So eerie. I personally hate it just because you kind of get that extra buzz from the fans and you don't really have to get yourself up for the game because as soon as you come out, especially at Franklin's Gardens, there's 15,000 people there and it's just very different and you can hear everything on the pitch. And it's just took some time getting used to. It's like a training game, and always with a training game, it's a bit less serious. So, yeah, it's been unique, and obviously the fans kind of make the game. So, it's not been great in that sense. But I guess we're lucky. We're in one of the lucky situations that we're still playing and getting paid. And I mean, look, I'm playing rugby for a living and getting paid for it, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah. It's like the dream, right?
It literally is the dream. So.
Especially at 9, because you hardly get hit.
Well, you say that, mate, but it's been great this season, so we've been struggling.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been all right.
What about on the flip side? Like you say, 15,000 people can go in the stands, and at the moment there's fuck all people there, but I can't imagine playing in front of 15,000 people. You must be quaking in your boots.
Yeah, sometimes. I think you just kind of get used to it. Because I made my debut at Twickenham, and there was 40,000 people there. I was like, crap, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm at my depth, but I guess like when you've trained it so much, you just play. You don't really think about the fans. And I think if it's something you've always done, you kind of just forget about the fans. And then when you can switch off, you can't take it. But yeah, it is a unique experience, and it is enjoyable.
Well, was there ever a doubt in your mind that you weren't going to make it?
I had a few doubts. When I was 18, I did my knee. So I did my ACL, MCL and meniscus. And that's like a full knee reconstruction. So I was 9-10 months out. And the specialist was like, yeah, mate, it's not a great injury. And you may struggle to come back from it. And there's a lot of things that can go wrong. So there's times like that when, especially after like 10 months out, you've not touched the ball and you're so rusty, you just think like, I don't think this is for me. Especially when the club are like, oh, they might not want to re-sign you. It's quite a cutthroat business. Like if you're not playing, if you're injured and you can't play for them, why do they need you? So they'll probably just rip your contract up and you'll be gone. So yeah, so many times where you're injured or you're not playing well and you just think, oh mate, this ain't for me. I need to try and do something else. And it can get quite dark actually at times. But once you get through that and you come out the other side, you're flying really. I mean, I've been quite lucky with coming back from injury and knees feeling fine, and being able to play well. So yeah.
What was the rehab like for that?
Yeah, long, very long. So like first
3
months, I was just on crutches, non-weight bearing, and then you move on to obviously you slowly learn how to walk again. Squat, and then you start doing all your squat and your rehab and your bands and stuff. And then the weirdest thing was learning how to run again. Like, because you've had a few problems, haven't you, with your back?
Yeah.
And it's just like, when you start running again, you kind of forget how to run. I'm like, how am I doing this?
I could never run anyway, so it doesn't really matter with me. I didn't play scrum half, so I didn't have to get around the pitch very quick.
You just have to carry, mate. That's all you have to do.
Kind of waddle.
But yeah, it was weird just trying to do all that stuff. But yeah.
Were you at Northampton when you injured uni?
Yeah, so 18, 19, especially at that stage, because like I played first team and you're still academy, so nobody knows who you are when you're injured. It's like, oh, what's the point? But now once you get through it, it's all right. It's not too bad.
But they sort of looked after you pretty well and kept you on, and obviously you're doing well now, so they must have done something right.
Exactly, yeah. I think they had a lot of faith in me. And they're actually quite good with that. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to trust you. And they put everything into me. Like I've got a full-time strength and conditioning coach, full-time rehabber, full-time physio, and nutritionist, like all this stuff that I can do to get back as quick as you can. So like you're in the best hands. So it's literally the best. I think one of the best surgeons as well we went to. So extremely lucky to actually do that.
Go through the private system, reap the benefit.
If I'm not paying, I'm going through the private system.
Yeah, flying high, mate. Private jets, like caviar.
We'll go that far, mate.
Fly you to Barcelona. Fuck. Oh man. So was that a one-to-one strength and conditioning coach, or was it for the entire club that just worked with you personally?
We've got about 5 or 6
sick.
S&Cs, but obviously when you're injured, you just get kind of given one. He works through during the rehab stage. So yeah, I mean, he literally does everything for you. So like, I'm a bit of it's weird because I don't actually know too much about all this gym stuff because we literally just get told what to do. Like we've got sports scientists in there, S&Cs, physios, and I just try and ask a lot of questions, just like, why are we doing this? Don't just do it. Obviously, just why, and there's loads of things that they do and loads of theories. I just had Ben Rhodes, so one of my S&Cs, so he's a good lad as well, which made it a lot easier.
So how long was it from the day you ended up fucking your knee to the day you were back on the pitch and playing again?
I think it was about 9.5 months.
Oh, decent.
I actually did it pretty quickly. I mean, I think I could have come back in 7-8 months, but you don't want to risk it with a knee injury, so I got back. Yeah.
Especially when you're doing all three.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a weird injury. I think I didn't like a 4G pitch. I'm not sure if you ever played on them.
I don't like them, man. You don't feel the ground.
It's so different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like my foot got caught in it. I was wearing studs, so I had my whole knee twisted and stuff like that. I don't know.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Oh, that's tasty. One of those where you can hear it from the sideline and everyone just squints. Like, oh.
Yeah. That's like I heard a pop. I was like, I didn't hear it, mate. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think I was like dancing showers afterwards. I was like, I'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
So it was the dancing that did you knee. It wasn't actually playing the game.
Terrible dancing.
I mean, I've seen your dancing. It's not too grand.
It's pretty dreadful, isn't it?
Have you had any other like major or even minor sort of little niggles and injuries that have taken you out?
Yeah, well, I did my knee again. Actually, funny enough, I did my meniscus last year. So it wasn't ACL, MCL, but just my meniscus. So I had to get that redone.
The same knee.
Same knee, yeah.
Fucking hell.
It's a bit annoying. And I did it actually playing against the Barbarians. And the next day I was going to go to Bali. But obviously, so I did my knee and it was pretty swollen the next day. But I took all my, went to the airport, took all my stuff, went for the scan in the morning, sorry. And then the doc went, we was like, nah, you're not going anywhere, mate. It's you've got to have an operation and stuff. So I missed out on that Bali trip and lost a bit of money, but happened.
Yeah, shit happens.
Yeah, and then just had that reattached. So it wasn't as bad. But yeah, I got back from that as well. So yeah, it's not too bad.
Where would you say would be like the best place you've ever played? Whether it's experience, whether it's the destination, whether it's like you're just a fond memory of the game, or
it's a good question, mate. Good question. Lynn Rugby Club always used to kick off.
Hey.
What a place. I don't know. Obviously at Franklin's Gardens, that's Northampton's stadium. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Played at Twickenham. Obviously for like the England A team, which is actually awesome. So yeah, I played at a few places, and then played at Over in Ireland, Leinster's pitch. So.
Oh, yeah, I bet that pops.
Yeah, it's awesome over there, and they love the rugby over there. So
fucking mentalists, aren't they?
Yeah, they are mental. Same with France as well. Played in France a few times, and they love it. They're mad for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, literally. Just horns and everything, flags. And they go mad. So yeah, it's pretty cool playing there as well.
Have you ever played over here?
No, I've not actually. They love it over there, don't they?
Yeah, like obviously, Union's massive over here. League is pretty much non-existent.
Really?
You get like a couple of Samoans playing league, but they usually go over to Australia. So yeah, Union is kind of big, but they don't have a lot of teams. Like there's only like 5 or 6 major cities, so there's only like 5 or 6 major teams.
Did you go watch many games or?
I watched one. We did a watch Crusaders versus Blues. So Canterbury versus Auckland, which was a good game. I just watched it here in Christchurch, so that was a good game. They're quite critical though. They're not like British fans that just go absolutely off and just want a good time. You know, it's always like, oh, they could have done that a little bit better.
That's all they do.
Hey.
Yeah, the British fans just go and just get pissed up. That's all they do.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. The day out is the pub before and after the game. It's not actually the game.
Yeah, they're not bothered about the game at all.
You know, it's just like the football, though, isn't it? But yeah, it's pretty good. Like obviously the level over here is nuts.
Yeah, but have you strapped your boots up again or not?
Ah, mate, I wish. Like, mate, I've been tempted to do it every year since I fucking put them on the hook. I was like, oh no, it's fine. You know, it's my neck. I'll risk it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And then, you know, something happens or whatever. And then, I don't know if you know, but when I was like 18, I think I was like 19. I couldn't walk for like 3 weeks.
What was that? Was that back or your neck?
Yeah, my back. So I ruptured a disc.
Oh, bloody hell.
and I just couldn't move my legs, so I was in a bit of a fucked position. So I kind of since then I've been like, I've got top and bottom of the spine that have had some pretty serious gnarly injuries. Maybe not going into full contact front row is the best option. You know what I mean?
Probably not. How did you do your back?
Like I actually did it. I was stretching in my room one time. I think it was either in the morning or I came back from a session or whatever, and I was stretching, and then next thing you know, I can't move my legs on the floor, and I'm like lying around like I can't fucking move. But I saw a specialist at Warrington Wolves, and he's like, yeah, we think it's pre-existing. It was just sort of degenerative, and it was a matter of time before it just said bye-bye.
That's so weird. So it wasn't like overtraining or anything, just literally.
Nah, like the disc was was fucked. Like with a severe herniation, and basically the membranes around the outside of the disc was already battered. So it was either going to go when it did, or it was going to go somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
But hey, it's just like your knee. You kind of do what you can to rehab it, come back, just carry on, do what you can.
Yeah, I can imagine back's ruthless though, because that's literally everything, like going to sleep and.
Yeah, it was it was weird. Like there was like 3 weeks, my mum had to help me take a piss.
Oh my God.
It was a bit weird, mate. And like I couldn't tie my laces and stuff like that. And yeah, I went to the surgeon. I was like, right, I don't really know what to do here. We went to the surgeon. He's like, look, you're 19. We don't really want to operate on your spine. I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I don't want that either. They're like, the only option is you get an injection basically to calm your sciatic nerve down, so it decreases the pressure on the nerve. It gives you a little bit of pain relief, so you can like heal yourself in the next 3 months. And I was like, all right, that's going to have to be the option that we go down. Anyway, it lasted 2 days rather than 3 months. And then I was back to square one, couldn't move my legs. And I was just like, right, well, the only option left, we've got two options. One, I do nothing and rehab myself because we were broke. We can't like afford shit and go through the NHS. Obviously, you go in the system, it's going to take ages. Or you just go, right, yeah, I'll kind of get my spine fused together. And at 19, that's not the best option you can choose. So I was like, sack it. I just sort of rehab myself.
And got it back.
Yeah, rest is history, mate. Like I'm stronger than I've ever been. Moving around. This year was the first year I had a day without pain down my leg, which was pretty cool. So that was like 5 years on.
Yeah, nice. So is it pretty much back to normal, would you say?
Yeah, man. Like I can do everything. Like it was kind of a real gradual progression. Like for the first, like I was literally like, all right, can I walk? Yes, I'll do a 5-minute walk, and then pain is just everywhere, and I can't fucking move. I'm like, okay, and I lie back down, do nothing. What can I do? Can I swim? Yeah, okay, I'll swim. Can I swim the next day? No, because something's hurting. Okay, cool, I won't swim. And then I just basically did that for 5 years and just refused to quit. Like, I mean, the same. If I went to you, I was like, Mitch, you can't touch a rugby ball ever again. You'd be like, fuck you, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, you'd find a way.
You'd find a way, exactly. You'd find a way. Mine's just a barbell. Yours is a ball. And hitting bigger boys.
Trying to anyway.
Just take their legs, mate. Tap their ankles.
I just go for the ankles, mate. Speed bump. That's all I am.
Yeah, fucking just tap them. Yeah. Yeah, it was a weird experience, but, it's funny because I think 2 years after I was coaching and someone did exactly the same with exactly the same vertebrae and was in exactly the same position. And I was just like, I got you, boy. No worries. So I brought him in Hey?
Is that what got you into coaching and strength and conditioning, do you think?
No, I was into it for a while, man. It kind of got me reignited a fire for like rehab.
Yeah.
Because people people get injuries or whatever, and they come to people and like, I don't know what's going on inside. All I'm getting is this like pain signal, and just to show something's wrong. So yeah, it kind of like I was coaching like CrossFit, Ollie lifting, S&C, the youth, you name it, sort of doing it. And then like people were getting a little bit banged up, and I was like, okay. And I was like a therapist at the time. So I was like wicked. And then I just sort of dived into that a little bit more, and I went into a little bit more of like physical therapy and sort of fixing people up, and like seeing someone walking through the shutters pretty much limping or like sideways because their back is just like absolutely locked up, and then just walking out fine is like pretty fucking rewarding. Even if those like days are like 6 months apart, it's pretty cool.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's just like problem solving. Like you're kind of like a detective. Someone comes in, it's like, this hurts. You try something, then you think it's exactly the same as the person that you had in before, and nothing happens. You're like, oh fuck, okay, I got to go back to the drawing board and figure this out.
Yeah, and I guess it's helped with your experience as well, that you've gone through it yourself.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah,
it helps with that empathy, doesn't it, man? Because you like, how people are feeling. You know exactly how people are feeling. So it's like, all right, no worries, don't do this, this, and this, because that's what I did, and it was a bad decision, and like set me back a couple of months. Do this, this, and this, because it will catapult you forward. Which is dead interesting. Like, I think I will end up doing a little bit of rehab again, and if I ever went back to school, I'd do like chiropractic and that. But skill's not for me, man, as you can probably relate, playing a bit of ruggers for a living.
Yeah, not for me. To be fair, with the physios at our club, I'd actually be quite interested in doing it, just because, like you said, it's like interesting to just find out all the injuries that you can get, and how you can work it out and rehab them back, and how many different things you've got going on to work it out. It's actually quite interesting. I'm always asking questions in the physio room, like, why is this, why is that? Don't think I learn actually much, but I try to.
Yeah, I feel you. But like, you sort of like, these days are wicked, right? With all the science and the sports scientists and that. Like, I don't put myself in the same caliber as those crazy people. Like, they're much smarter than I am. But it's like injuries that you would have just been written off in the past, and now like, oh yeah, it'll only take you, 9 months. Don't worry about it. Mitch, I got you, mate. Don't worry about it. 9 months, you'll be back on the field. It's like, what do you mean? Like, everyone's told me I'm done. It's like, no, you're fine.
Yeah. It's like with my knee back in the day, that was your career. Like, they said ACL, that's you, mate. That's your career done.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah. And hear stories of people like can't walk, and it's weird. Like, you always hear the stories, and doctors are like, "Oh, you can't walk again, or you can't do this again." Then, literally months later, they're back on their feet and they're doing marathons and all this stuff. It's just like, there's so many things you can actually do. People tell you can't do it, and you just say, "Fuck that off."
I think it comes up here, man. Right? It's got to be like, you've got to be a little bit sort of self-driven. Like, I mean, personally, I went to the surgeon. He was like, "Alex, you'll never lift a weight again."
Yeah.
I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Yeah, you'll never pick anything heavy up again in your life." I'm like, I'm 19, and this is how I like keep myself sane. Fuck off. Like, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? So you've got to have something upstairs that kind of gets you going.
Exactly.
Well, what kept you going, man? Was it the people around you, like the support system, or was it just like, nah, I need to touch this rugby ball again?
Yeah, the support system is very good. Like the people you have around you, like we have a psychologist, and if you're struggling on a day, they'll chat to you and all this stuff. And I just like, I obviously love rugby, so I just wanted to play again.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was just trying to do anything and everything just to try and get back on the pitch. And yeah, you get told so many different things, and it can play with your head. But yeah, you literally just got to listen to you in the end of the day, and just fucking fuck everything else off, and just try and get back. Yeah, so I'm just, as well, with rugby, I'm not sure what else I'll be doing. I think I've just found this path of playing rugby, and so people are like, "Oh, what would you do if you weren't playing rugby?" I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be a bin man or doing anything.
Bin man, yeah. Like, there's nothing wrong with bin man, but
there's nothing wrong with that, mate.
Bit of a difference.
Good pay.
Yeah, it's decent pay, mate.
But yeah, there's honour in that. So yeah, just getting on, and I don't know what else I'll be doing, but.
So what's next? What boxes have you got to tick off for you personally? Never mind about like, obviously you've got team goals that you want to hit, and obviously rugby's a team sport, so you do it for the fucking boys next to you and that. But there's going to be goals for yourself, right? So what goals do you want to tick off?
There's I said there's a few. I kind of want to make it as far as I can in the game. So literally, if that's playing at the top, playing internationally, like playing for my country would be a huge honour. I think that's on top of most people's goals. Like if you're playing rugby to represent your country, it'd be awesome, wouldn't it? So that's definitely up there. And like I said, to win trophies, because honestly, it's so shit when you just keep losing. And like winning trophies with actually your mates, because all my mates are in Northampton now. So it'd be awesome. And then obviously, and see where I go from there. But I don't think too far ahead, mate. I just think, what can I do to get better? What can I do to improve? And take it every week at a time. So yeah.
But in a game like Ruggers, where like they always come back with a new fucking rule, especially during the bloody breakdown, which like I genuinely think, like, if I put on my boots now, I'd be pulled off by the coach, like, Wobbs, you're doing too many penalties here, mate. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, all I want to do is hit someone.
Mate, at scrum time, I'm putting the ball in, and I don't know what's going on here. And they're like, right, penalty. I'm like, what for? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, is that to us? Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to argue it. Like,
yeah, there's so many little penalisers now that they can pick up. It's getting a bit too ridiculous at times. But they're trying to get away from that now, because a lot of the time they went to the TMO and just went back on TV and just obviously watched it again. But they're trying to get away from that and keep the game flowing. And I think there's a lot of I think with the calls where it's a grey area, if you're off your feet or whatever, they try and let it go and let the ball play and keep the game going. So they're just trying to find a good mix at the moment.
Yeah, which is fine. And like, I think everyone appreciates like the body trying to sort of evolve the sport, right? Rather than just being set in your way. Like what was it like with FIFA, like with the goal line technology? They basically like, no, we're not changing any fucking rules for the past like 50 years. It's like, well, the game evolves, we get technology, use it, but it gets a little silly when you can't really do anything and it's only just kicking for goals.
100%. Like I said, next year there would be new rules, and you can't use the TMO, you can't do this, and as long as they're just like thinking about it and thinking what's best for the game. Again, it's a game for the fans, so like you can't just make it all about the game and who's the best side, because you want to make it entertaining at the end of the day. And I think that's where rugby struggles at times. It's all about what the players want and all this stuff, but it's actually fans bringing the money. The fans want to watch it. Fans want to enjoy watching it, and sometimes we go down the route of just making it so like a big contest and quite boring at times. So hopefully we slip out of that, but I think we will. Like anything, you adapt to the situation and just see what happens in the future.
Yeah, for sure. You iron out the kinks, don't you, over a few years, and everything gets better. And I think for people that have never played like Ruggers before, it'd be like so much better if there was like an explanation of why there was a penalty or why there was whatever. You know what I mean? And like it was kind of highlighted, whether it's by the commentators or whatever. I think that'd be sick, because people would be able to understand and learn the game rather than having to learn the game through playing it.
100%. I actually think the commentators don't know it themselves sometimes.
Yeah, to be honest,
they'll show over it and just be like, "Oh, this happened." But 100%, that people would understand it and actually grow the game a bit. But
it's like when you watch NFL, right? Like something happens within the space of 2.5 seconds. You're like, "What just happened?" And they're like, "Oh, well, touchdown, New England." You're like, "Why? What happened?"
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking cool game.
Little yellow flags, penalties. What does that mean?
Yeah. Holding. Yeah. What holding? I hit him with my shoulder. How can I hold him with my fucking shoulder? Yeah.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. Like it's, I don't know. Like we said, progressing a game is obviously always good. But there's times where it's just like, look, just let the boys play sport.
Exactly. Yeah. Let us enjoy it, because especially at professional standard, the enjoyment gets taken out just because it's all about performance, all about winning. You can slowly lose enjoyment, and that's why I sometimes get frustrated at.
Do you find you lose a little bit of sort of the enjoyment factor?
I do at times, yeah. Because when I was first joined, you just played rugby like we played rugby back in the day. Just we enjoyed it, didn't we? Playing with our mates. But now it's professional. It is quite sad because it's less about the enjoyment, and yeah, it's been taken out of the game a bit for me. Especially now, because it's not great to say, but it is a bit of a job. You've got to do a job. You've got to do your cog for the team and do your role. So that does change, but yeah, I still enjoy the game, and yeah, you want to, if you ever get lost in the game or get bored, you kind of want to go back to why you play it, and you play it because you enjoy it, and you make your family proud and all that stuff. So yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah.
Do you enjoy the process, like behind the closed doors, behind the curtains, on the training park? Do you enjoy that sort of shit?
Yeah, well, I enjoy some stuff, like when it's like -1 outside and it's snowing and you're training, it's not the most enjoyable.
Yeah.
And like when you're losing, you're in a meeting, you're getting bollocked for doing this wrong, that wrong, and it's just like, I'm crap at this game. It's not that enjoyable, but yeah, it's little things. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I go in gym and train, and then that's me, and I'm getting paid to do that. So why would you not enjoy that? Because I would train anyway. So I think, yeah, I definitely enjoy it more than I find it as a job. And I enjoy the little things. Enjoy the little things like training with your mates and yeah, little things.
That's what makes a team, isn't it? Really, like the socializing and like the friendship between the boys. Like that's what makes the team, rather than like wins.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like when you look back, you kind of forget about, like, even us at Lim, you don't really know about what we won. You just kind of remember like your mates who you played with, the change room afterwards. We won so many things, but I can't remember one thing that we won. But yeah, just playing with your mates, fucking, at the end of the day, it's probably the best thing.
I just remember trying to look after Macon, fucking Rob in the middle, like just getting his absolutely head kicked in, playing fucking hooker. It's just me and Oscar basically following around the pitch. So every time he gets fucking mashed, it's like, all right, just kick that bloke's head in and carry on.
Yeah, he literally just got melted all game, didn't he?
Fuck, that bloke had some skill though. Like, fucking hell, he could chuck a ball.
Yeah, he was good. We had some good players in that team. Real good players.
Has anyone else like gone anywhere? I hate to say that.
What, rugby wise? Dicko did quite well. He got to he played England 18s, and he's at National 1, I think, at Chester, which is quite a good standard. So I think they get paid for that or whatever. I'm not too sure. But from them, I think it's tough. Obviously, when boys go off to uni, you kind of get that big divide of when you go professional, it gets so serious and you get better and better and better. But if you slowly drop off that and don't go professional, the drop off's pretty severe. So yeah, there's a big change from being a pro and not. So yeah, not too many lads went through. I think my brother's still playing. He's at Doncaster.
Oh, is he? Didn't he go to Japan?
He's been everywhere. Yeah, he went to Japan. He was at Northampton for a bit when I was injured, so I nicked my spot. Yeah, and then he went to Japan for a bit, but didn't really enjoy it because obviously 90% of people speak Japanese, and he didn't really know Japanese. So he came back, but yeah, he's still plodding along and enjoying it.
Still a 9.
Still a 9, yeah.
Have you ever played in the same game?
Yeah, we have at school first team. I think I played. Yeah, I think I played 9. He played 12, and he just, because he was a couple of years older than me, so he's probably a bit better than me. Just used to give it the big one on the pitch, just tell me what we're doing, give him the ball and all this stuff. And I thought I was class, so I tried to do everything myself and just carry everything. So there's a few arguments that we luckily didn't bring home, but yeah.
Oh, you didn't bring it home? That's an absolute miracle, mate.
got to leave on the pitch, mate. Have to.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, share a pint, and that's all it takes.
Exactly.
So like, I'm always interested of hearing this next one, right? So I'll fucking talk to people in all types of different sports and jobs and shit like that. But like the same question always comes back for me is like, why? Why'd you do it?
Yeah, I mean, we ask it all the time. We have meetings and sometimes on the back of our shirt we have our whys. So everyone's got a different why. So, for example, lads who are in the 30s and got family, they do it for the family. If you're young, you're doing it because you want to play against the best. My why is probably a few things. Obviously, to make my family proud. Like obviously, when I'm playing a good standard and playing well, they're pretty proud of me. I mean, I enjoy doing it. I mean, like, I really do enjoy the game. I think a few lads don't actually enjoy it and see it more as a job, but I enjoy it and obviously get paid to do it. So, like, why would you not? Why would you not enjoy that? So yeah, and there's a few little whys, but yeah, it's a good question. Very good question.
Yeah, it's always interesting to like dissect someone's mind, right? And like you get the big sort of external things like I want to sort of win trophies or whatever, and then you get those like deep little, like you said, those few little ones that kind of just stay with you, that kind of keep you going when it's -1 outside and you've just got to chuck a ball or you're practicing the fucking scrums, so you've just got to stand there and throw this egg in between
100%.
8 boys.
Well, the internal ones are the ones that matter, because when you get the external ones, like if you win trophies and you get the money and stuff like that, and you've got nothing internal, you're just like, why am I playing this game? So
yeah, what's next?
You've got to have some internal drive to actually want to do it.
In it, man. What's next season looking like for Saints? And back in the UK with like COVID and everything, hopefully, fingers crossed, going back to somewhat normality.
Yeah, well, we played yesterday and we're actually meant to have 2,000 fans because we played in Bristol, but they're in Tier 3. So they weren't allowed fans, but we're playing next Saturday against Bordeaux, a French team in the Champions Cup. So we should have 2,000 fans there. And if you're in Tier 1, you can have 4,000 fans. So that's going to hopefully bring the game back. And then hopefully we slowly get more and more fans. And I'm not sure if it'll be weird with 2,000 fans. Like, I don't know if it'll be weirder with just 2,000 in like a 15,000 seat stadium. If you know what I mean? Yeah. It's going to be echoey, and can you just hear them? Because you never really do that. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens next weekend with that, and hopefully, yeah, COVID fucks off and we go back to normal.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone in like every area is thinking that, man. For sure. Yeah. Have you heard of like so America, I think, are bringing in a draft system for their league. For their
rugby league.
Yeah, for their rugby union, but their league of rugby union, yeah. So like to try and obviously do the same thing as they've done with their American football. Like, what do you think about
that? I think it sounds class. I mean, drafts very entertaining, and see getting first pick and whatever draft you are would be awesome. But it'd just be interesting. So I don't know how it'd work from. Is it from 18? Do you know?
Is it from what?
Is it from when you like leave school?
No, when I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
I think it'd be tough for some people because obviously, I mean, here in England, if I played at Sale Sharks, I'd obviously then go through the system and play for Sale and stay with my family. But if you're getting drafted, imagine getting drafted to, I mean, it's less of an extent in England, but go to Newcastle or down to London. I think a lot of players might not want to do that. I think it's maybe different in America because, I mean, they do it in the NFL and yeah, they do it there. But I'm not sure if that, obviously, because it's such a big sport, the NFL, the money kind of drives it. But obviously, rugby is not as big as the NFL. So if that will work, but I think they should definitely try it. Definitely try it and see how that goes.
You think they should try it in the UK? Or like try it in America, see if it works, and then if it does, bring it over.
Yeah. Maybe it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? But
yeah,
I don't think there's money to get boys to where they need to go. They should just do it for a year, do it for a season, and see what happens. And if it fucks up, don't do it again. But give it a go.
Yeah, why not? Just like fucking new rules, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, mate. I really appreciate that. If people wanted, I don't know, see you chuck an egg-shaped ball around and see your face worth of a podcast, where would you send them?
What, to watch me play?
Well, yeah, or where would they find you on like social media and all that sort of nonsense? If they wanted to, look at you every time they opened their phone.
I hope not. Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, I think like Mitch Alex9. And yeah, with Northampton, we play most of our games on BT Sport, and I think some games are going over to Amazon Prime if there's any keen rugby fans out there. And yeah, I've got TikTok as well. Need to delete that. Terrible app. I know.
You've not, have you?
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Jesus Christ. You're like a 12-year-old girl.
Doing all my dances in the shower.
Yeah, but I mean, joke's on us, because 12-year-old girls are now making like millions of fucking dollars a year off that shit.
We're making an absolute bummer. I think that Charlie D'Amelio, she makes like 200,000 off one TikTok or something, or 50,000 off every TikTok. Mate, I'd be posting TikToks every 10 seconds if I was making that money.
Yeah, but hers are good, yours are shit.
Well, mate, that's subjective.
Yeah, true. It only matters who's giving you your paycheck, right?
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
All right. Nah, appreciate it, mate. I won't keep you too long. I know it's like bedtime for you. Got to get your Zeds.
Of course, mate. Thanks for having me on anyway.
Nah, appreciate it, lad. Good luck, and don't fuck up your knee again.
Nah, I won't. Touch wood, mate.
All right, let me know if it gets on telly and you can stream it over here. Like they stream like high school level sports over here for free. You can go on like Sky Sport Next on YouTube, and you can watch them all for free. Yeah, if you want to watch bloody first teams play, you've got to pay like a fucking arm and a leg.
Yeah, I'll have BT Sport.
All that sort of shit. Yeah, but I might just say fuck it and buy a package, and so I can watch like worldwide.
Yeah, I think there's some websites you can get the links on, VIP League and stuff, but I probably shouldn't be telling you that. But...
Some dodgy websites.
Yeah.
Anyway, like yeah, we'll find it. No, I appreciate it, mate.
No worries, mate. Good to chat to you.
Take it easy. Look after yourself.
See you later. Bye-bye.